at Pecha Kulcha on the digestive system. In this video, you will be learning about the different functions and components that make up the system. Our presentation will be formatted to go from top to bottom, from the intake of food to the output of waste material. After watching this video, you will be experts in anything having to do with your digestive system. We hope you enjoy this presentation and find it useful.
Our digestive system works constantly every day to break down the food we eat. Many might think that this is its only function, but the digestive system has other functions as well. Another function of the digestive system is to prepare the food we eat for absorption of minerals, nutrients, vitamins, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Once these are absorbed, the body then outputs the waste material known as feces. The digestive process first starts with the mouth. The mouth is the opening to the alimentary canal and where the process of mastication occurs. Here, the lips and cheeks help the process of mastication run smoothly. The lips help by being lined with mucous membranes, and the cheeks help by acting as a barrier and by pushing the food back into the teeth.
The tongue is known as being the strongest muscle in the body. It not only helps with speech, but it also assists during the mastication by pushing food towards the teeth and cheeks in order to be broken down fully. On the surface of the tongue are small bumps known as papillae, which grip the food to move around, and also contains taste buds that detect the 5 different flavors of sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami.
The teeth are extremely vital to the mastication process. Specifically, the incisors, which are the front 4 teeth on the top and bottom, assist the cutting of your food. The bicuspids, also known as the canines, tear the food. They are located next to the lateral incisors. Lastly, the molars, the last 4 teeth on the top and bottom, help to grind the food.
The hard palate, or the roof of the mouth, is mainly important for speech and feeding. It is involved with mastication as it interacts with the tongue to move food around the mouth. Going towards the back of the hard palate is where the soft palate is located, which ends in the uvula. The soft palate contains a mucous membrane that allows for the passing of food from the mouth and into the throat.
The salivary glands create saliva to moisten the mouth and moisten other parts of the digestive system. They also help wet the food so it easily goes down the pharynx to the stomach. There are 3 types of salivary glands: parotid, sublingual, and submandibular. The parotid glands are located in front of and below the ear. The sublingual glands are located under the tongue, and the submandibular glands are located below the jawbone. When the salivary glands secrete saliva, the amylase enzyme is present. The amylase enzyme breaks down starch and carbohydrates contained in food, which then converts it into maltose, a smaller carbohydrate. The amylase breaks starches and carbohydrates down into simple sugars so it can be easier absorbed. After the mouth, the digestive process then moves into the throat. The throat consists of 3 major components: the pharynx, epiglottis, and esophagus. Within the throat, the act of peristalsis occurs. Peristalsis are wave-like contractions of smooth muscle that force food into the stomach. In the act of peristalsis, the pharynx and epiglottis all work together to stop food from entering the circulatory system. In peristalsis, the epiglottis, a flap at the base of the tongue, blocks food from entering the larynx. The pharynx helps stop food from entering the trachea and also combines the sense of taste and smell. The esophagus acts as a connector from the pharynx to the stomach. After reaching the top of the stomach, the bolus meets the cardiac sphincter, which helps control the flow of food into the stomach. This acts as a doorway.
After passing through the doorway, the bolus has finally reached the stomach. The stomach's function is to churn and mix bolus into chyme. Chyme is an acidic fluid that consists of gastric juices and partly digested food. While the stomach is creating the chyme, the fundus is absorbing the gases from the chyme. The rugae is also working by expanding and contracting to mix the chyme. The rugae are the folds of the stomach walls. The rugae also secrete gastric juices, which begins the digestion of protein. After the stomach has created the chyme, it then travels into pyloric sphincter, which controls the flow of chyme into the small intestine.
After the chyme goes through the pyloric sphincter, it enters the duodenum. This is the first part of the small intestine where chyme mixes with pancreatic juice from the pancreas and bile from the gallbladder for emulsification and the digestion of protein. Emulsification is the process of dissolving large fat globules into small fat bubbles.
In the pancreas, the amylase gets the starches and sugar and turns them into disaccharides. The lipase turns fats into fatty acids and glycerol. When large proteins contact proteases, it then turns into smaller proteins. Lastly, when nucleic acids reach contact with nucleus, it turns into nucleotides.
After the chyme passes through the duodenum, it then goes through the jejunum, which is the middle section of the small intestine. The last 2/3 of the small intestine is known as the ileum. This is a smooth muscular tube that pushes food through the process of peristalsis. It is here where 90% of the nutrients and minerals are absorbed, where various enzymes work to break down foods such as peptides, sucrase, and amylase. Lining the ileum are small finger-like projections known as villi, which increase the surface area of the intestinal lining thanks to their overall structure. This allows for faster absorption in each villus' capillary bed of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients into the bloodstream, which is then transported to wherever needed throughout the body.
When the chyme finally goes to the small intestine, it goes to the ileocecal junction to get to the large intestine. Once it reaches the large intestine, it goes to the cecum, which is the opening of the large intestine. At the bottom of the cecum is the appendix, a vestigial organ. The appendix used to act as a second stomach, but is now full of bacteria that helps digest the food. The large intestine, with the length of almost 5 feet long, goes in the order of ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon. At this time, the chyme experiences a final absorption of minerals, nutrients, and vitamins, and reabsorption of water. After all of this, it becomes dry material, also known as feces. After the feces goes through the last part of the large intestine, the sigmoid colon, it goes into the rectum, which is the last part of the alimentary canal. The rectum is also where the feces is stored and expelled. The feces is then eliminated through the anus, which is controlled by sphincter muscles.
Active parts of the digestive system is the liver, also known as nature's factory. This one organ holds over 10 different functions, such as processing cholesterol, but also producing elements like coagulants, anticoagulants, bile, amino acids, proteins, and urea. The liver also detoxifies blood, stores blood, iron, vitamins A, D, B12, and K, and glycogen.